no meaning in the happiest occasions until, too late, they learn the old lesson that the mill can never grind with the water which has passed. Such people are always a little too late or a little too early in everything they attempt. They have 3 hands apiece, said John B. Goff, a right hand, a left hand, and a little behind hand. As boys, they were late for school and unpunctual in their home duties. That is the way the habit is acquired. And now, when responsibility claims them, they think that if they had only gone yesterday, they would have obtained the situation, or they can probably get one tomorrow. They remember plenty of chances to make money, or know how to make it some other time than now. They see how to improve themselves or help others in the future, but perceive no opportunity in the present. They cannot seize their opportunity. Joe Stoker, rear brakeman on the accommodation train, was exceedingly popular with all the railroad men. The passengers liked him, too, for he was eager to please and always ready to answer questions. But he did not realize the full responsibility of his position. He took the world easy and occasionally tippled, and if anyone remonstrated, he would give one of his brightest smiles and reply in such a good-natured way that the friend would think he had overestimated the danger. "Thank you, I'm all right, don't you worry." One evening there was a heavy snowstorm and his train was delayed. Joe complained of extra duties because of the storm and slyly sipped occasional draughts from a flat bottle. Soon he became quite jolly, and the conductor and engineer of the train were both vigilant and anxious. Between 2 stations the train came to a quick halt. The engine had blown out its cylinder head, and an express was due in a few minutes upon the same track. The conductor hurried to the rear car and ordered Joe back with a red light. The brakeman laughed and said, "There's no hurry, wait till I get my overcoat." The conductor answered gravely, "Don't stop a minute, Joe, the express is due." "All right," said Joe smilingly. The conductor then hurried forward to the engine, but the brakeman did not go at once. He stopped to pull on his overcoat. Then he took another sip from the flat bottle to keep the cold out. Then he slowly grasped the lantern and, whistling, moved leisurely down the track. He had not gone 10 paces before he heard the puffing of the express. Then he ran for the curve, but it was too late. In a horrible minute, the engine of the express had telescoped the standing train, and the shrieks of the mangled passengers mingled with the hissing escape of steam. Later on, when they asked for Joe, he had disappeared, but the next day he was found in a barn, delirious, swinging an empty lantern in front of an imaginary train, and crying, "Oh, that I had!" He was taken home, and afterwards to an asylum, and there is no sadder sound in that sad place than the unceasing moan, "Oh, that I had! Oh, that I had!" of the unfortunate brakeman, whose criminal indulgence brought disaster to many lives. "Oh, that I had!" or "Oh, that I had not!" is the silent cry of many a man who would give life itself for the opportunity to go back and retrieve some long past error. "There are moments," says Dean Alford, "which are worth more than years. We cannot help it. There is no proportion between spaces of time in importance, nor in value. A stray, unthought of 5 minutes may contain the event of a life. And this all-important moment, who can tell when it will be upon us? What we call a turning point," says Arnold, "is simply an occasion which sums up and brings to a result previous training. accidental circumstances are nothing except to men who have been trained to take advantage of them. The trouble with us is that we are ever looking for a princely chance of acquiring riches or fame or worth. We are dazzled by what Emerson calls the shallow Americanism of the day. We are expecting mastery without apprenticeship, knowledge without study, and riches by credit. Young men and women, why stand ye here all the day idle? Was the land all occupied before you were born? Has the earth ceased to yield its increase? Are the seats all taken, the positions all filled, the chances all gone? Are the resources of your country fully developed? Are the secrets of nature all mastered? Is there no way in which you can utilize these passing moments to improve yourself or benefit others? Is the competition of modern existence so fierce that you must be content simply to gain an honest living? Have you received the gift of life in this progressive age, wherein all the experience of the past is garnered for your inspiration, merely that you may increase by one the sum total of purely animal existence? Born in an age and country in which knowledge and opportunity abound as never before, how can you sit with folded hands, asking God's aid in work for which He has already given you the necessary faculties and strength? Even when the chosen people supposed their progress checked by the Red Sea, and their leader paused for divine help, the Lord said, "Wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward." With the world full of work that needs to be done, with human nature so constituted that often a pleasant word or a trifling assistance may stem the tide of disaster for some fellow man or clear his path to success, with our own faculties so arranged that in honest, earnest, persistent endeavour we find our highest good, and with countless noble examples to encourage us to dare and to do, each moment brings us to the threshold of some new opportunity. Don't wait for your opportunity. Make it. Make it as the shepherd boy Ferguson made his when he calculated the distances of the stars with a handful of glass beads on a string. Make it as George Stephenson made his when he mastered the rules of mathematics with a bit of chalk on the grimy sides of the coal wagons in the mines. Make it as Napoleon made his in 100 impossible situations. Make it as all leaders of men in war and in peace have made their chances of success. Golden opportunities are nothing to laziness, but industry makes the commonest chances golden. There is tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, leads on to fortune, omitted all the voyages of their life, if bound in shallows and in miseries, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures. 'Tis never offered twice, seize then the hour, when fortune smiles, and duty points the way, nor shrink aside to scape the spectre fear, nor pause, though pleasure beckon from her bower, but bravely bear thee onward to the goal. End of Chapter 1, The Man and the Opportunity. Recording by Luke Sartor, Brisbane, Queensland.